Hello. Today I am back with another Fog of War Sudoku from the Fog of War Sudoku series that AstralSky made. So, once again, I'll have links in the description to AstralSky's page on Logic Masters Germany, as well as this puzzle, so if you just feel like wanting to solve it yourself, it's in the description. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll get right into it. So, unlike the previous one, it seems like I am able to know all the rules at the beginning of the solve. So, let's see. Every arrow... Okay, let's see. Every arrow has at least one arrow pointing to it in the opposite direction. And the difference between a pair of arrows pointing to each other equals the distance. Okay. And arrow pairs have been colored for better visibility, I guess. Okay, the questions outside the grid can represent any number. And more about how the questions can be... Okay, so I guess we don't actually know the rules yet, because there will be more information about the question marks given along the way. Which means for now, let's see. These two arrows have distance 3 away from each other, right? Or is it might actually be, no, these two are at distance 2. These two should be consecutive. Let's see, these two have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 distance apart, and let's see, arrows, it is the difference between them. So the difference between these two arrows is 7, which means it has to be 1-8 or 2-9 as a pair. The distance between this arrow and this arrow is actually 8, which means it has to be a 1 and 9 pair. And the distance between these two arrows is 7, which means if this is 1, this is 8, and if this is 9, this is 2. Which means that, let's see, next up, between these two arrows I have a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I have either 1, 2, or 8, 9 for both of these as well. Okay. And similarly, between these two, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so this is also 1, 2, or 8, 9, which means that this red one here can't be either of these, so it must be one of these two. And, okay, I'm trying to see if there's a great way to force numbers out of this, because I have a group of 4 numbers, 1, 2, 8, and 9, that can see a lot of the grid. So, let's see. This is either going to be a 1-8 or a 2-9 pair, which means if this is a, let's see, a 2-9 pair, for instance, then this other pair here has to be a 1-8 pair, because this one here can't be either 2 or 9. And that means, let's see, I don't think I can actually see a great way to differentiate to determine any information from that yet. I know that this is a 1-8 or a 2-9 pair, and this one here would just be whichever of the ones isn't covered by these two. Okay, let's see. These two have to be consecutive. Between these, there's a distance of 6, which means I have 1, 7, 2, 8, or 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Which means I know this one can't be 2 or 8, since there's 1, 2, 8 here, and the other one is here. Which means this one also can't be 2 or 8. Okay, so this is 1, 3, or 7, or 9. And this one needs to be consecutive to this one, which means it is 8, 6, 2 or 4, so it can't be 4 because of this one, so it's 2, 6, or 8. Let's see. Okay, and these two need to have distance, difference of 2. Actually, I don't know if that's where I want to go yet, so I'm not going to. Okay. So, what do I want to look at next? I'm going to... well, one of these two is going to be the same as this number, right? Yeah, that much is guaranteed. Because the red and green ones cannot be part of the same pair of 1, 8, and 2, 9. Which means that one of red and green must be the same pair as this pair. So either these two numbers are the same as these two, or these two are the same as these two. Okay. And the 2 reds and 2 greens are going to be all 4 of the numbers possible. Okay. If I have a 1 here and a 2... No, I don't think that breaks anything, actually. I'm trying to see if I can think of a way to force these not to work. What if I have a 9 here? Then I have an 8 here, which means this is a 1-2 pair. And I need an 8-9 here and an 8-9 here, which means this has to be a 1-2 as well. And let's see, 1-2 pair here and a 1-2 pair here makes this a 9, which makes that a 1, which makes that an 8. So I have 1-2 pair here, and 8 and 9 here. That actually I don't think breaks anything, really. Okay, so that's not it. Areas have been colored for better visibility. Okay. Yeah, I'm really not sure right off the bat what else I can determine. These, I'm going to go back to these two, I think. They need to have a difference of 2 from each other, which means it could be 1, 3, well, it could be a lot of things, actually. And this was the issue I was having with, and the main reason I didn't want to initially just immediately go to this. It's because it's a lot of numbers I'm crunching for something that I don't think is actually going to pay out at all. So let's see. I'm just gonna... What happens if this is a... I'm just trying to think of where I even want to go with this, actually. Well, I know that these two... I'm going to do high-low coloring, actually, because that might be helpful. So these two here I know have to be the same size, right? Because if this is... or the same... either large or small numbers. If this is 2, this has to be 1, and if this is 8, this has to be 9, and this one has to be the opposite. These two both have to be whatever the opposite of these two are, which means this and this are going to be purple, and I can get orange here and purple here, which means that, okay. If this one were to be a 1 or a 9, it would have to be a low 1 or 9. And then this one would have to be a, or whichever it is. Oh, here we go. This would have to be orange then, right? Because these two are already taken as purple. So then this would have to be orange, and that breaks. So, just to see it in terms of numbers, we can get 9 and 8 here, which means that this column here must be 1, 8, so that's a 2 and that's a 1. And that implies that both of these are high, which also implies both of these, and that these two have to be low numbers, but this is, let's see, then this is a 1 here, and this is a 2 here, and then this is a 1, which means this has to be an 8, and that breaks. And we could do the exact same thing with a 1 here, but that's not going to be necessary, so now this is 3 or 7. It doesn't reduce these options at all, but I then know that this one on this side is either 1 or 9. Because that's what pairs of 3 and 7 over here. Which means I can get that this one is purple. And, okay. These two are going to be the same number then. Right, because they're both purple 1 or 9, or orange 1 or 9, sorry about that. And can I get anything else from that? This is the blue pair. Well, then I know actually this one is 1 or 9 because of the fact that it's a purple number, and there's already a purple 2-8 in this column. And if this is 1 or 9, then this one here has to be 2 or 8. And then that makes this one here 1 or 9, which makes this one here 2 or 8. And then this one here has to be 2 or 8, so it's not the same as that. And then this one here has to be 1 or 9. And, okay. I feel pretty good about this logic, mainly since my numbers seem to match up between all of these, and I'm not running into any serious issues. Okay. This one could be a pink 2 or 8, so I can't eliminate those options. Alright. Well, I know this one can't be 1 or 9, and this one can't be 1 or 9, because both the orange and purple see both of these two squares. Which means it can either be, well, it can't be 2, 4, so it's 3, 5. It can't be 4, 6, so it's 3, 5, 5, 7, or 6, 8. 3, 5, 5, 7, or 6, 8. And it can't be 6, 8 actually, because then I already have 2 of a 2, 6, 8 triple here. So it must be 3, 5, 7. Which means I actually have a 3, 5, 7 triple here. So these two must be either 1, 9, 2, 6, or 8. Okay. So then one of these is going to be the pink 2 or 8. I'm not sure which. What about one of these two has to be the orange 1 or 9, so one of these has to be an orange 1 or 9. And I actually don't think that's going to get me anywhere right off the bat, thinking about it. Can represent any number more about how question marks can be known along the way. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. I know that there have to be 1 and 9 in these two, and there has to be 1 and 9 in these two. No, actually I don't know that. I don't have enough information on that one actually. Okay, well, this one's either distance 1, 2, 3, or 4 away. Not sure how much that's going to actually help me. I also know one of these two is a 4, because this 4 sees all of those. The numbers outside are blank clues. I don't actually have any information on that right now. If this is an 8, then this is a 7. And this is a 1. This is a 2, this is a 3, and this is a 9. And if this is a 6, then we have a 7 and a 1 again. Not sure if that actually tells me anything is the problem. In fact, I really don't think it does tell me all that much, to be honest. The question marks have to represent some kind of clue, but I'm not sure what kind of clue at the moment is an issue. If this were low, then yeah, these two would both be high, so yeah, I'm not sure where I actually want to go next with this. Okay. This pink 2-8 must be one of these two. Yeah, it must be one of those two. I'm not sure which yet. Try to see if I can think of a way to determine which. Because if I could figure out what that blank up there meant, I'd be able to figure out probably the question marks, which would help. But I'm not sure what the question marks actually represent. Because, yeah, I don't see a great way actually to currently figure it out. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna probably have to stare at this a little bit longer, so please forgive me for that, but yeah, this one's really getting to me now. Not sure. I'm just not sure even where to start. Because it feels like I need to solve the question marks to get anywhere. But at the same time, I'm not... Well, I can try to do some information about the question marks, right? So I know that these two question marks have a difference of 6, these two have a difference of 3, and these two have a difference of 4. At the same time, though, I am not sure what they actually represent. My initial guess would be sandwich clues, but because that's the easiest one to get a lot of different numbers into, but I also don't feel like that is right. Yeah, I'm really just not sure. Outside are blank clues. Every arrow has at least one arrow pointing to it from the opposite direction. Oh, what about these two here? They don't have an arrow pointing to it from the opposite direction currently, even when they go up. Huh. Does that have something to do with it? The difference between a pair of arrows pointing to each other is the distance between them. Arrow pairs have been colored. The question marks outside the grid. Okay, so I have moved. I don't think the question marks actually represent anything yet, or are solvable. I feel pretty good about that currently. Every arrow. I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can do currently. Because it feels like I've hit a roadblock unless I've seriously misunderstood the rules somewhere, and that would probably end up being incredibly obvious, but at the same time I don't feel like I have. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I have misunderstood the rows. Arrow pairs have been colored, and I mean, I at least think that there's definitely a down arrow in each of these columns, right? To point to the outside part of the grid. Let's see. One of these two has to be a pink number. What just happens if this is 6? Because that might be something helpful to know. Then this is 7, and this has to be a 1. That makes these ones the low numbers, and the pinks the high numbers. Does that The problem I'm running into is this just doesn't seem to actually tell me anything. Yeah, no, that just doesn't actually give me information anywhere. I'm gonna just get rid of all of that real quick. Okay. Because the only other thing I would get is that this is either 2 or 8 in that case. And this one here is to be 1, 6, or 9. Every arrow has at least one arrow pointing to it from the opposite direction. Difference between a pair of arrows pointing to each other equals the distance cell. Distance from self-center to self-center. Yeah, I'm really struggling to figure out where I'm supposed to go next with this. Oh, these two. Oh, this one also points to this one. That's the issue. There we go. In that case, this one actually can't be a 6. It has to be the other 2 or 8. That's what it was. Okay. So then that's not 2 or 8. That's a 1, a 6, or a 9. One of these two is a 6, then. Oh, boy. Alright. Then, if this is a 6, actually, where do I go from here now? So I just got, now that I got that little bit of information, I'm not even sure where to proceed from there. Let's see. If this is a 6, then this would either have to be 5, 7, this would have to be 8, this would have to be a 3 or a 9, or this would have to be a 2. Well, this one can't be a 2, so it would have to be one of these. If this is a 1, then it would be 2, 3, this one couldn't happen, or it would have to be a 5 here. And let's see. If this is a 9, then this is 8, this is 7, this is 6, or this is 5. And those are the possibilities for that. Okay. And this one here just has to be 1 larger than this. So this one here also has to be a low number. Or high, whichever one this is. It's another pink. Okay. And I already have a 4 here, which isn't going to tell me anything. I'm going to remove actually the pink color marking from that because I don't think it's going to tell me much of anything, to be honest. I do know that both 2 and 8 are in here. Somewhere in there. Let's see. If this is a 6, then this is another... Oh, that breaks, right? If this is 6, then I also have a 1, 9 pair here, which means I need to have 1, 9, 2, and 8 here, so this can't be 6. It actually has to be that. And, oh, there we go. Finally, I got a digit in. Took quite a long time to do, but I guess that's good enough for now. Let's see. I either have a 5 here, I have a 6 here, or I have a 3 or 7 here. And those are my 3 cases. I also have a red here, which is going diagonally somewhere up there. I feel like that the red is probably the next thing. Actually, wait, I know this is just 1, 2, 8, or 9 with 2 8s locked in here. Because I can't have 1, 2, 8, or 9 in any of these, and I already know that's a 3, a 5, or a 7. Which means I have a 6 here, and one of these 3 is a 6. And this also tells me that since I don't have an arrow here, I must end up here, which means this has to be 5. And there we go. Now then, since this is 1, 2, 8, or 9, this is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9, because it has to be consecutives. And then this one has to be 2 off, which means it's 3, 4, 6, 7. And also this one can't be a 5, which means this one is the 5. And okay. These two have to be consecutive as well. Anyways, let's see. One of these 3 is a 5. And this one could be a 5 because then this would just be a 4. And okay. I know I have a 3, 6, 7 here, and I have a 3, 4, 7 triple, or yeah, triple group part there. Which means that this one here has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, which it can't be 2, so it would be 3, 4, 5, 6 or 8. Well, it can't be 6 or 8 actually, so this can't be 7, and then this is 3, 4, 5. And that means that if I have a 4 here, well, this would be impossible with a 4 here, right? Because then I need a 3 here, and I would need another 4 here. So I determine actually that this is a 4. And that means this isn't a 4 down here. One of these two is a 4. And, okay. This is part of a 3, 6, 7 triple actually, so this has to be a 5. This is the 3, 6, 7 triple. There we go. And now then, here I just have a 1, 4, 9 group. Let's see. I guess I am now going to go back to marking lows and highs for 3s and 7s now. Let's see. So this one here, theoretically, if this is a 3 or 7, it would have to be whatever the pink color is, which would make this the... Actually, this is a 3 or 7, then it's going to break this down here, right? Or, I think... if this is a 2, this would have to be a 4, which is impossible. I'm gonna, yeah, let's see. If this is a 1, this would be a 3, and that's a 2. Also, this can't be a 3 anymore. This was a 7, this is an 8 and a 6. So, 7, 8, 6 is possible still. And 7, 9, 8. 6, 8, 7, or 6, 8, 9. 3, 1, 2. I can't have a 1 here anymore. So I have that as 2, 7, 8, or 9. Okay. I think I might actually remove... Yeah, for now I'm going to remove actually all the coloring because it is reached the point where it is not helpful. And the deductions even the deductions I was just making didn't really have anything to do with coloring at all. Anyways, where do I want to look now is the real question. Because, yeah, I still don't think I can do anything about these arrows on the outside because I just haven't gotten information about it yet. Or any helpful information, to be honest. Because there could be information I could just be completely missing it all. every arrow has to have at least one arrow pointing to it, which currently all of the visible ones I see do have at least one other arrow pointing to them. Okay. If this is I'm trying to think and see if there's a way I can force things to not work with this set of arrows here. Currently, I'm not seeing a way to do that. Yeah, I'm just currently not seeing a way to do that. Okay. If this is a 1, then this is a 2 and this is a 3, guaranteed. If this is an 8, then this is a 6, and this is a 7 or 9. If this is a 9, that's an 8, and that's a 7. And then this is a 1, and this is a 9, and okay. I have, yeah, I'm not really sure where to go now. And I don't think I'm currently missing any arrows that could validly point to each other like I was for a while earlier. Which means I might actually have to solve what these refer to. I'm just not sure what they do actually refer to. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be able to solve it yet. Still. More about how the question marks work can be known along the way. Yeah, I just don't feel like I have enough information still to figure out what the question marks actually mean, or what they refer to. If this is a 7, then one of these two is 7, so this is going to be a 7. Let's see. I'm actually going to bring back... I know I just said I wasn't going to be using the coloring currently, but I'm going to bring it back just a little bit. So I remember those 3 were the same color, and then these 3 are the same color. Alright, yeah. Okay. So if this is a 7, then this has to be a 3, which means that I get this. So then I'll get that this is an 8, which doesn't break it. Okay. Alright, then. Because, yeah, these two have to share the same color. And this one has to be like that. And this, and this, and that. Then I get both of these here. Which means, yeah, that doesn't actually break anything. If this one was a 7, it doesn't seem to break anything right now. Okay. One of these 3 has to be whatever that number there is, which I'm not sure of at the moment. Okay, so yeah, that did not help me at all. Okay. Oh, no, it's the exact same issue I did earlier. This one here can't actually go down because it also sees this one down here, so 2, 1, 3 would break. Which means I have an 8 or a 9 here. 7, 8, 6 would also break. And 8, 9, 7 would break, so this is going to be 9, 8, 6. Man, I am just apparently very bad at spotting arrows that see each other through other arrows. even though I knew that I should be looking out for that. The numbers outside are numbered room. Okay. This actually might be information I should have. The numbers outside the numbered room are blank clues. Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be enough information for me to try and solve this. The numbers outside blank numbered room are blank clues. Yeah, I'm not currently sure actually still. I might have enough information to solve it on, but I'm just not seeing it right now actually, so yeah. We're just going to continue on like that never happened. Or like this information isn't here for just at least a few minutes. I'll try and see if I can get any other information now. Although, realistically, I don't think I'll be able to, actually. Yeah, I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to get any more information out of this without doing that. Without deciphering this. Numbered room. Can be known along the way. Every arrow has at least one arrow pointing to it in the opposite direction. Arrows have been colored. The numbers outside something are blank clues. The numbers outside something numbered room are blank clue. Okay, so this blank means room, I think. Are room clues. If this is 3, right, then this would be 9. That would be a distance of 6. 1 and 7 is not a distance of 4, though. Right, because these two need to be a distance 3, and these two need to be a distance 4. And I know the distance 3 thing works, right, because 4, 7, but 1, 7 would give me distance 6. I thought I might be onto something, but I don't feel like I am yet. Okay. The numbers outside are blank room. Numbers outside are blank clues. It seems like room is included, are room clues. I'm not sure what room clues particularly are, and there's also numbered room clues. That doesn't work always, right? Because 3 and 9 here is valid. This one, unless this one doesn't point downwards. Because it works until I get to this one, in which 1 and 7 are not at the correct distance. Okay. Hopefully it's not a translation error or something like that, because that would make this a lot trickier for me to solve later. I really doubt it is, because most of the issues with translation in the instructions are typically just tense issues, which are very easy to read around. But yeah. Numbers outside are numbered room clues. I feel like the numbered room is supposed to be enough information for me to actually do things with question marks. But it also, yeah, I'm not sure if there's actually anything I should be doing right now with them, especially since I don't feel super confident about the meaning of that. Presumably lighting up this cell or something would actually give me more information that would help. But at the same time, I'm not sure where I can even look next unless it's something with standard Sudoku logic that I'm just completely missing. Is it something with standard Sudoku I'm completely missing? I'm not sure. That might be something I have to consider. Is that... yeah, okay. Let's see. I can only have potentially 1 or 2 or 8 in here. No, that's not what I should be looking for. 5, and this box is only in one of these, and so is 6. Up here, 5. Okay, no, that's not. Okay, that's. Hey, sorry about that. My recording for some reason cut off. So yeah, I'm back now. I pretty much caught it immediately after it happened, so I unfortunately haven't actually been able to figure out anything more in like the however long it took, a few seconds for me to catch it. Yeah, I'm not sure what actually I'm supposed to do next, because this doesn't seem to be giving me any more information just off of... yeah, I don't think there's any Sudoku things I can actually do here, which means I think it really does want me to use this numbered room logic. So if we ignore the fact that this doesn't work, then, no, I can't ignore the fact it doesn't work, though. That's the part that's getting me mixed up. Unless it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that numbering wouldn't work either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Something like that? No, that... okay. I'm trying to see if there's a way for me to reasonably number... because if it's a numbered room, like, if numbered room means that each box is differently numbered. The numbers outside are room clues. I don't know what that means, is the challenge I'm running into right now. Yeah, I'm just not sure what it means. That's what's getting me tripped up here. Because if numbered room was enough for me to figure it out, yeah, I'm not sure. The numbers outside are numbered room clues. If that was true, 1, 4, 7, 9, 3. These two would both be 8. Which would mean 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. For the down arrows, it just doesn't make sense, though, because of the issues. I don't want to get fixated on it and spend a bunch of time staring at it when it's not what I'm supposed to be looking for. But I genuinely don't see anything else to look for. Currently, at least. Yeah, I just don't see what else I can be looking for, even. That's what's really challenging me here. Is that, like, I know this is a distance of 6, which means taking these inside things here, like if I were to just take these two numbers, they don't actually work. So it can't be referring to that, which was another thought I had potentially had. And numbered room is supposed to be, I thought, enough. The numbers outside are, unless numbered room is a Sudoku type. Let's see. Numbered room, Sudoku, clue. Numbered clues. Clues outside the grid indicate which digit has to be placed in the nth cell. Okay. Okay. So these are just numbered room clues. Now that I know what that means, this one here is a 9 then, right? Because essentially it takes the first digit and the number on the outside, its location is indicated by that digit. So a 9 for this one, which means this one needs to be referring to the location of a 3, which means it's a 2 and an 8 and a 3 here and then a 7 here. That lit up things, which means that was what it was. I just didn't know what numbered room was, but now I do, so that's going to let me solve all of this part here. Right, yeah. And then I get a 2 here and an 8 here and a 1 here and a 9 here. Okay. And these two have to be consecutive. This one here has to be a distance 5 away from this one. So let's see, distance 5. And this could be 1, 6. It could be 2, 7. Could be 3, 8, or it could be 4, 9. Well, it can't be 4, 9, so it's one of these. I don't have any information about the numbers for any of those, or for these. Okay. These two have to be consecutive. And this row here is 2, 3, 6, 8. Which means this one here is 2, 4, or 7. Because it can't be 5 or 9 because of this and this. So, okay. Where do I look now? I've solved both of those number rooms. I don't have enough information currently about any other ones for me to feel confident trying to work them out. I have that. I got this arrow as information, but I think I've gotten everything I can get at the moment from that. Yeah, 2 and 3. This numbered room here. Well, I have a 2, 4, or 7 here, and this is at distance 3 away. If it's a 2, this is a 5, and this, well, it can't be 5, so it actually can't be a 2. This is 4, this one here has to be 1 or 7, and if it's a 7, this one has to be 4. So if this was a 1, then this would have to be a 1, in which case this would have to be a 4, which is impossible. So this is a 4-7 pair now, which means if this is a 7, this is a 9, and then the 4 would have to be referring to location 6 here. And if this instead was a 7, this would be an 8, and the 4 would have to be referring to a 5, which doesn't work. Okay, well clearly the 6 didn't work either, so I have something wrong again. This 2 would have to be referring to a... Oh, I completely messed up what the room thing actually refers to. Let's suppose that this is a 7. Then I would have an 8 here, which would mean I need to have a 9 here to refer to 5. That one doesn't work. Which means I get a 3 here. Because, yeah, my mistake was I was treating these digits here as the same as those digits out there, which was clearly wrong. This one is pointing this way. The only other area for an arrow is right here, so it must be consecutive. Which means if this is a well, this can't be a 6 or an 8 because 5, 7, and 9 are all gone, so this must then be a 2, and that's a 1. There's that. Okay, I have a 6, 8 here. It means this one here is referring to 9 or 7. If this is a 9, then this one here has to be referring to 5, which doesn't work. Right, because, yeah, distance 4. So this must be referring to a 7, which means that this one here has to be referring to the location of 4, which can be in any of these, any of these digits, but it can't be in the first slot because then I would need a 1 and a 4 here. It can't be in the second one because of the 2 here. Can't be in the fourth one because I need a 4 here, and can't be in 5 or 6. So this must be a... Okay, well, it's clearly not a 3 either, which means I've once again made a mistake. Oh, because it's referring to the location of a 3, actually. So this one's a 4, not a 3. There we go. This is a 3, which means that that's distance 3 away, so this one down here has to be telling me the location of a 6, which I do not know. It could be in location... Okay, I'm actually not going to solve that yet. And this one's now a 2, which means that I must have a 6 here. And I think I am going to return to solving this one now. And I think 1 here needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is no longer a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 7 to 3 and 8, or 7 to 2 and 8 to 3. So those are still all possible. Okay. So this 3 means this one here is a 6, and what possible locations can I have for 6? It can be, can't be here or here because I need a 1 or a 2 here, and 1 obviously breaks and 2 breaks because of this. So it has to be in one of these 2 slots, and actually just has to be in this slot then, and that is in position 5, which means that, okay, I have a 6 in here. And let's see, these 2 are distance, I have distance 4 away from this and 5 away from that. Let's see, should mark this bottom row because that's probably going to help me narrow down the options significantly for what it can be. Okay, so this is a 1, a 4, and an 8, which means that this one here is going to be a 5 if this is a 1, and 8 if this is a 4, and a 4 and a 4 if that's an 8. If this is a 4, then this one here has to be an 8, and this one here would have to be a 9, which would mean that there would have to be a 9 here, which is impossible, so I eliminate that option. If I have a 5 here, then I have a 1 here, and I would need to have something 5 away, which is impossible, so I get an 8 here, and I get a 4 here, which means that I need to have a 3, 4 away, so there. Yeah, okay. There is that. And where do I want to look next? This is a 4, 5, 6, 7 quadruple. Additionally, I need to have 2 numbers that are 2 off here. So it can't be 1, 3. It could be 4 and 2. What about, it can't be 3, 5. Can't be 4, 6. 5, 7 is possible. 6, 8 is not possible. And 7, 9 is possible. So this one's going to include 2 or 7 in it. And this one also, well, this one has to be 2, 7, and this one has to include 2 or 7, so this is a 1, and that's a 2. And yeah, one of these 2 now is guaranteed to be a 2. Okay. And I need to have an 8 over here, which means I have an 8 down here. I know that this has to be also a 2 or a 7 because they need to be 5 apart. Let's see, then this has to be a 3, and based on the fact the fog cleared, I'm still doing fine, which for these tougher puzzles is something that I've become more and more concerned about because the odds of me making a mistake somewhere increase as puzzle difficulty rises. And I obviously prefer not to make mistakes if I don't have to. Well, this has to be an 8 because there was an 8 there. So this is now a 5-7 pair. And now we are pretty much at the point where I think it's going to just be almost entirely standard Sudoku logic, which hopefully means I shouldn't get stuck somewhere for a very long time, like I have, or did for other parts of this puzzle. Okay, I had a 4 there because of the 4 here, and this one couldn't be a 4 for other reasons, but yeah. Okay. This is a 1-2 pair, which I can't solve yet. This one here then has to be a 6, because it can't be in either of these. And this has to be a 7-9 pair. This is a 7-9 pair here, so this is a 2 and that's a 7. And then this one here is a 4, which makes this a 4. I have a 2 up here, and a 9 here, 9 here, 4 here, 1, 2, 7 and 9, 4 here, and a 5 here, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5 and 7, then I have a 3 and a 7, and a 1 and a 3, and okay, so I'm definitely, yeah, at this point I've almost completely entirely solved the puzzle if I don't mess up scanning, which, okay, there we go. So this took about as long as the other one, I guess, but yeah. I really like these. They're definitely a higher level of difficulty than I'm used to, although for that one, if I had known what number of rooms it was without looking it up, I would have probably been able to get through it a solid amount faster. But either way, I really enjoyed the puzzle again. Not sure if it sounds like I don't because of how pessimistic I guess I can get when I'm stuck in places, but at the same time, you know, it's a lot more preferable than getting puzzles that are just quick solves and don't require thinking, although those can be nice too. Either way, point is, I really like these, and if you're looking for a challenge, based on my experience with the first two, I'm assuming a lot of my solves for these are going to be around an hour, unless I step up my game, which we'll see. Anyways, I guess I'll see you all next time.